All right, so I just want to go over some things and read something to you guys that was very profound to me, and I hope you guys it explains a little bit about the nature of your reality, what God is, and how you're a part of God, and how we're all God. And so I'm just gonna go ahead. First, I just want to say there is something that indwells every human being, every individual, called a thought adjuster, a part of God. That's a fragment of God that indwells each of us. All right, so just keep that in mind as I'm reading this, and I'm just going to start reading now. So just check this out. This is called God's relation to the individual. If the finite mind of man is unable to comprehend how so great and how so majestic a God as the universal Father can descend from his eternal abode in infinite perfection to fraternize with the individual human creature, then must such a finite intellect rest assured of divine fellowship upon the truth of the fact that an actual fragment of the living God resides within the intellect of every normal-minded and morally conscious mortal or human being. The indwelling thought adjusters are a part of the eternal deity of the Paradise Father. Man does not have to go farther than his own inner experience of the soul's contemplation of this spiritual reality presence to find God and attempt communion with him. God has distributed the infinity of his eternal nature throughout the existential. Forgive me for 1 second. Existential realities of his 6 absolute coordinates. But he may at any time make direct personal contact with any part or phase or kind of creation through the agency of his pre-personal fragments. And the eternal God has also reserved to himself the prerogative of bestowing personality upon the divine creators and the living creatures of the universe of universes, while he has further reserved the prerogative of maintaining direct and parental contact with all these personal beings through the personality circuit. The approach to God. The inability of the finite creature, which is most of us, human beings, to approach the infinite Father is inherent, not in the Father's aloofness, but in the finiteness and material limitations of created beings. So it's not that the God is so aloof and doesn't want to commune with us. It's that we have, in this physical form, we have so many limitations that the gap between us and the highest of the high is inconceivable to us. I'm going to go on. The magnitude of the spiritual difference between the highest personality of universe existence and the lower groups of created intelligences is inconceivable. Were it possible for the lower orders of intelligence, which is most of us, to be transported instantly into the presence of the Father himself, they would not know they were there. they would there be just as oblivious of the presence of the universal Father as they now are. That being said, as I said at the outset, most of us believe that, God, where is God? He's not here, or God doesn't care about us, or God is in some far off place and so far away from each one of us, but God is not. And the fact that we believe that just shows that how oblivious we are to how close God is to us, because God is all around you. God is us. God is everything. God is all creation, seen and unseen. I wanted to go on, and I was going to read this whole paper to you guys, but the video I've just made is already approximately 5 minutes. So rewatch this again, and later on I'll come back and I'll go over a little bit more in depth to some further material I wanted you guys to see. But I think that's good enough for now. Meditate on that. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching Jonathan Finley TV.